bets.
Oh my God, do you ever?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Pod and Long. Hello, friends. It's Ryan. It's great to have you with us. I'm here with a man who has just returned from his darkness retreat. It's Megastar Mark.
Oh man, I saw Hat Man. We were hanging out, doing all sorts of cool stuff, playing Pogs. So awesome. Told me to go to the Jets. Told him to fuck off.
It's so funny. I saw a headline on ESPN today that was like Rogers begins his darkness retreat today.
We're following this. It's like when
right.
you know,
It's like darkness alert. Oh wait.
it's like an election. We need Steve Kornacki to come out and be like, right now he's in the.
There is literally nothing this man can say coming out of the darkness retreat that would surprise me. I'm hoping he had an agreement, like a backdoor agreement with the Jets already, and he comes out of it and decides he wants to go play in the USFL. Like, and he's like totally committed to it. I would adore that answer to this amazing Aaron Rodgers question. So
It would be ridiculous. I'm also here with a man who might be the next Titans passing coordinator. It's Killer Greg 17. Because why not?
Why
Just grab
not?
anybody off the street and throw him in there as a passing coordinator.
I just like was he
You
on
do
a
a better job.
bender? Was Variable just drunk and just saw a dude and was like, you look good for offense, right?
How many yards we throw for last year? None. All right. Oh, great.
1,300 total.
You're hired.
Okay, real world. There's no way this is true, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Who do you think had more passing yards last year? The Titans or Tyreek Hill?
I'm assuming the Titans, but not by much. What about Stafford? Or like the Rams? Did the Rams had a disastrous season?
That's true, because
who had more
they
passing
were
yards?
Stafford list for like 6. They had like Stafford for 6 weeks and then completely bombed and lost them.
Yes.
So that'd be a good one.
All right. Tannehill threw for 2,500 yards.
That's terrible in a modern NFL.
I must say, man,
terrible.
This was 1991. He'd be in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, right. It's Troy Aikman right there. 2,500 yards, 12 touchdowns,
14 interceptions.
It's an Aikman season.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Aikman was so good." If you look up Aikman's stats,
MVP.
They're really weird.
The Titans combined all of their quarterbacks threw for less than 3,000 yards.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. We're here to talk about the Super Bowl, though. We predicted, we made our props, our predictions.
I don't want to get
the big game. Is it? Do you get sued on podcasts if you say it's Super Bowl? I don't know.
Oh, the NFL goes after everybody.
Oh shit!
Just like Favre after McAfee.
Oh God! I like how McAfee
he's a lightning rod for lawsuits.
He yelled at Favre on the air. That was great.
Good.
Oh God. Okay. Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about the game, commercials, prop bets, halftime show, all the things. We've got our segments coming up. Football Fubar. The last one. It's our last segment of the year. Last Sad Boy Boat of the year.
Yeah.
We're closing a book on this season. Let's talk about this game, though. We thought that the Eagles were going to trounce the Chiefs. We did. Straight up thought that.
Yep.
That is not what happened.
No.
That is not what happened in this game.
I mean, if you shut it off at halftime, it is.
Yeah, I'm about to say there was definitely a point in this game where I thought, well, this is exactly as we thought, but
it was only a 10-point lead. It wasn't.
It felt bigger.
You would, yeah. It did feel bigger, and considering how good Philly's defense has been this year, you kind of assume that it would just keep going that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 10-point lead turns into a 20-point lead if things turn the same, and then that's a fucking blowout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think what felt different for me was when the Eagles came out and they scored. The Chiefs deferred, which I think ended up working out for them, but I also thought this might be a mistake. You don't want to let the Eagles come out and just run all over you and score, which is what they did. But it didn't matter. And then the Chiefs kind of hung in there for a while, at least in the first quarter. They scored right away. They got that fumble.
Yep, that was
that was in the second quarter, I think.
Yep.
They were hanging tough. So I was thinking, this is not a blowout. Like they're in this game. And then Mahomes
I
went
don't know.
down with when he went down with the ankle. I was a little bit nervous. Like, oh, okay, maybe not. But
Whenever you're in a game because of a defensive touchdown, that doesn't bode very well for me. That's fluke.
really,
Yeah.
I guess. But if you get that cheap touchdown, you're playing with house money
it
at that
keeps
point.
you in the game for sure.
Yeah.
But they were down 10 points. And if not for a fluke fumble, which again, I consider most defensive touchdowns flukes,
Sure.
they would have been down 17 going into half. And that they played like they were down 17.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, in the first half, it wasn't going well entirely for the Chiefs. Frank Clark was not playing well. That's one of the notes that I wrote down.
Yeah.
He was off sides. He over pursued Hurts a couple times and he got out of the pocket.
The Chiefs' defensive game plan, I wasn't a fan of it. Like I'm kind of
Right.
like they weren't blitzing. Not actually, I shouldn't say that. Neither team really sent a lot of blitzing. Everyone was expecting to get, which is what you do with scrambling, running quarterbacks. Is you get your front
Right.
four to get pressure and you hold everybody else back to keep them in check.
100%.
I just thought it was a little conservative for the Super Bowl. It's not like you have another game after this. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The weird surprise to me is how bad the Eagles defense was in this game.
Agreed.
And I don't know if that was they always were bad, like, and we just didn't know it because of the NFC. Was that because we kind of talked about this? We thought the Eagles would blow them out, but then we said, the Chiefs played all these close games. They know how to deal with this, and the Eagles have played Daniel Jones, and the fourth string quarterback of the 49ers. Like, they really haven't been tested at all. And that defense did not perform. They did not get a sack.
Yeah.
Which is shocking. No sacks by the Eagles defense. The refs, let's talk about the refs. The refs. As soon as I saw, what was his name? Cheffers? Is that his name?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, something's getting fucked up. Something is getting fucked up. They screwed up the challenge and the catch there with Goddard.
Right.
Which didn't really matter, but was a kind of a hot mess.
I'm gonna say this right now, by the way. Goddard had a fucking game. That dude,
he's good.
Was real good.
Some nice catches.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts played really well.
Played awesome.
There's nothing bad you can say about Hurts.
Nope.
I mean, the guy did everything.
We'll get to that last throw.
Yeah. I don't think that was his fault necessarily.
I sure as hell hope not, because
I don't think it was his fault. It ended up, we were tied. The Chiefs come down, they score because Kadarius Toney, a guy the Giants couldn't use, even though they had receivers who were bagging groceries. They could not use this man, Kadarius Toney.
Are you insinuating that our boy cannot judge talent? What is
Daboll?
Wrong with you, sir?
Coach of the year?
Yeah, listen.
Official.
I know sometimes he gets a little distracted at bar, but that's okay.
He's our Miller Lite Coach of the Year. Yeah. I'm assuming Miller Lite sponsors that.
Miller Lite Coach of the Year. I feel that's a little classy.
Yeah, I'm about to say
too much. High Life,
Natty Light,
Natty,
High Life?
yeah, Natty,
which
Light
he
Coach down. Like he loves Natty. It's not like that's a Scuzz beer that he will tell you the greatness of Natty every time you're at bar with him.
He's every time you're at bar with him. Dayball is my favorite. He's like the most competent coach we make fun of too, which is funny to me.
Right.
Like, he's actually a decent coach.
He has a lot to go for, but he is just so easy to make fun
He's
of.
fun to make fun of, but he's actually
all
not
out
a
of
bad
love.
coach. I saw today they were like, Dayball wins Coach of the Year, Rochester University graduate.
Oh, the Rock represent.
Rochester University graduate,
made of garbage plates. So
yeah, that dude has lived at Nick Tahoe's.
Fuck Tina.
Made of garbage.
Right.
He's the Voltron made of garbage.
They asked what meat he wanted on his garbage plate, and he just piled it with macaroni salad. No, not even just macaroni salad. It's
only macaroni.
Throwing it down, more mayonnaise.
Oh God, he's my hero. I like bad people that are successful.
Yeah, right.
Go out there and get it, guys. Like baseball. Who's the one guy in the Mets? The big guy in the Mets. I love that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy is great.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm blanking.
Go out there and play. Why are there not more fat people in baseball? Come on.
I know Bartolo Colon made an entire career out of it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know he was my hero.
When he hit that home run, and even he looked surprised.
A human bobblehead,
Right.
a living bobblehead. Anyway, Kadarius Toney, he gets that long punt return. Sky Moore gets a wide open touchdown, and they went up by 7. Chiefs went up by 7. Looks like they had it sealed, but then Hurts came back and tied it up with a touchdown and an extra and a 2-point conversion that he ran in.
Yeah,
The guy played incredible. He was
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And none of this is his fault. Not a thing. And the Chiefs get it back, and they did what they don't ever really do that well, and Andy Reid has really never done it that well. They actually used the clock, like they milked it to perfection, which is a rare Andy Reid move,
right?
Which
Maybe it
has
was
to
by
piss off.
accident.
That has to piss off Eagles fans to be like, really, you fucking clock manage now?
He
After you
did have
lost
that
4?
horrible challenge.
Yeah, it
He
was a bad
basically
challenge.
handcuffed himself. He unfucked himself by not having an extra timeout at the end.
Is that what it was? A purposeful challenge so he couldn't fuck it up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
It's
they
like when
wi-
you put the chocolate very, very high up. So like when you're high off your tits and it's like 3 in the morning,
Right.
and you have to like get the step stool out to get the chocolate.
Right.
You're like,
You can't-
all right, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need it.
You're probably still going to stare at it for a couple hours.
Oh,
You
you're
unplug the
right.
microwave and you
Right.
can't figure out how to plug it back in. How do I get this back on? How do plugs work? Guess I'll just go to bed. Anyway, they milked the clock. They got that field goal,
Yep.
and they milked like 3 minutes off the clock too. And
Mhm.
like the Eagles tried to let them score. Did you see that? Like, they
Yeah, that
tried to
was
let-
honestly
McKinnon
that
get
was the right call for the Eagles in the great call for the Chiefs to just sit down. That was
Yeah.
great. That was exactly
Right.
what you
He
needed to do.
Jerick McKinnon just sat
Yeah.
on it, let the clock roll some more.
Yep.
And then they kicked the field goal. They made it. They missed one earlier, but they made this one. And then
Mm-hmm.
we had the final play where Hurts had to throw basically a Hail Mary and slipped and fell.
Yeah.
He was throwing it, and it just
Thanks,
was a
Rihanna.
duck. The field was a mess. Do you have any
Right.
takes on the on how bad the field was?
It was a mess before the halftime show. It was like, people were complaining about it during like the pregame that it was just janky.
I saw like a report after the game. Mike Florio said that the Chiefs played the Cardinals in week 1 and complained about the field and said it was absolute garbage. And the Cardinals never fixed it all year.
Yeah. I mean, are you surprised by this? Listen, the man behind you had a lot of stuff going on.
Mm. He doesn't care about grass. It was the ultimate Cardinals thing.
Yeah.
They liked the shininess of the grass, so they put this special grass in, which was
Right.
terrible for actual football. It's like, that's the whole problem with the entire organization.
Mhm.
They like shiny things that don't know
Right.
football.
Until now,
Oh,
I had a lump of coal to coach.
oh God. We'll talk about that in a second. But we had the penalty on the that set up the field goal. 3rd and 9. Juju Smith-Schuster goes out for a pass. He gets held by Bradbury. Was that a penalty? That was the big
I mean, it was real ticky tacky. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it a penalty? Probably yes.
Yeah.
But also, the refs really hadn't been calling practically anything all.
There was no pass interference in the game
Mhm.
until that moment.
And again, like this is let the guys play,
Yeah.
but also Juju Smith-Schuster was about to blow right past him
Mhm.
into a big dead zone in the coverage.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to hold her. He's scoring. You've already fucked up your job. Now you might as well save it a little bit. I'm like, it annoys me how little credit is given to good penalties.
Mhm.
Like
Hmm.
I'm sure Tony Romo is instructed by the NFL to not bring up the idea that sometimes a penalty is better than the alternative of a big fucking catch sometimes, like a big catch and run.
Right.
but it really annoys me that nobody ever brings that up. Though it's like, hey, like, yeah, this was a holding penalty, but also that was the smart money here.
Right.
Hmm.
It's funny because you get that in hockey on like breakaways. Like, depending on where it is, like sometimes the best thing to do is just get in the way, slow the guy down and then see what he can do. At least on a 1-on-1, there's a shot, like where it's not happening live. So that's you're right. And they talk about in hockey, that's like a good penalty. You don't get that in the NFL. Bradbury himself admitted that he held him. So I mean, like I think that kind of puts that to bed. Like he even said, like, I got hold of him. I had to.
How much can you complain about the call if the guy who did the play said I did hold him?
Right.
Also, that was 3rd and 9. They probably would have kicked it, still went up, and the Eagles would have had a minute and a half to score, which they probably could have.
Doable, but
it still wasn't set in stone that the Eagles were going to win at that point. But the Chiefs win.
Yeah.
Mahomes is the MVP, even though he threw for like 198 yards.
I know.
Which
always got to go to a quarterback.
He had that nice run at the end, which I thought was funny when he talked about it later on ESPN. They said, unbelievable that you came back from the ankle injury. And he's like, yeah, well, got a tape, went back out there. Like, what happened on the run? He's like, as long as I'm going straight, I'm all right. If I can't go side to side, as long as I'm going straight ahead, I'm okay. I thought that was good.
I hope somebody checked on Collinsworth after this game. I mean,
poor man, baby.
Very dehydrated, I think.
Mahomes. Oh, God. Good God almighty. He was mad about the Bengals, I'm sure. So he probably was mad.
Right, that's true. He's still angry.
He's probably
didn't even watch.
So yeah, the Chiefs get the win. It was surprising that the Chiefs pulled this off.
Yep.
A very well played Super Bowl until the end, which everybody's upset about. But like,
I'm not how these games go. It just felt bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once again, it felt like a big game was decided on a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And whether there is a penalty or not, that's not the look you want. That's not what you want people talking about the next day.
Right. That's true.
I don't hate the Chiefs by any means. They are obviously a very good team and have been all year. So I mean.
Yeah, I had the least skin in this game.
Yeah,
possibly any, like
in the last 14 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
right. Like when Tom Brady's playing in the game, even if I don't care about the teams, I still want Tom Brady to get creamed.
Right.
Like I like Pat Mahomes. I think this Eagles team is fun. I want to see more from both of them. I have no problem. I like Andy Reid. Like
right.
Too
many likable guys.
Too many likable guys.
There is something to be said about like my hatred being gone without New England. Like, I mean, I did used to, I mean, I had so much emotion going into the Super Bowls. I just did not want to see New England win anything. I just felt like I was going through the motions. I had a great time, but it was just, there
are still teams I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the Steelers. I don't really want to see the Raiders because I find them pathetic. Like
we'll get into their patheticness.
Might not change this year.
In a moment.
Yeah. Not the Raiders, not even the Raiders team. I don't even care about them. I mean, they're fans. Like, please stop showing me Raiders fans. They're so sad.
They're going to be sadder. Prediction: they're going to be sadder soon.
Not with Aaron Rodgers and Monty Adams back together at last.
Your theory could still be right. Instead of Tom Brady, though, it just could be Aaron Rodgers, right?
Right.
Doing
it's like the surprise twist of a time travel movie. It was the wrong old guy.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh no!
What do we do?
Oh no! We got to go back.
We got to go back.
Brett, fire up the time machine.
Brett.
What's this you sent me on my phone? Oh, never mind.
All right.
And another. Well, how many of these?
Timeline destroyed.
Yeah.
I like how Brett's still involved in Aaron Rodgers' career.
Yeah. Did you see the odds for next year?
Yes, I saw the Bengals have good odds.
So I'll run through it. So just real quick, Chiefs have the best odds to repeat.
Sure.
Mistake. I'm serious. It's a mistake. That you'd be a fool to take those odds.
Yeah, they're plus 500 to repeat. You got the Bills next at 550. You got the Niners at 700, the Eagles at 900, the Bengals at 1,000 with what we've talked about, how many people they have to re-sign. That being
that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
Well, they can't do it. It's just
I already see people on Instagram being like, T. Higgins to my team. Like they're already written off. Like T. Higgins is gone.
Well, he probably is, but that's the guy you want to get rid of.
Not that much of a loss,
right?
Still a good player.
If you're gonna
I'll take him.
Well, yeah,
give me T.
You're a Panthers fan.
We're devoid of talent. Give me T.
See, I wouldn't take him because what are we gonna do with him?
Throw it to him.
What's the fucking point?
You're the new passing coordinator. What do you mean?
Yeah, right. You're in charge.
He's
in charge. Your quarterback.
After
can you throw it, T? Get out there.
God, why can't I remember his name? Who's the wide receiver for the Eagles?
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
After AJ Brown caught that touchdown, I turned to Mark and said, he was a Titan last year.
He sure was, buddy.
Didn't need him.
Yeah. Dead last for the bottom 5, okay, to win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Texans.
Give me these.
Texans are the worst.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either. Cardinals are the second worst. That I agree with.
Definitely.
Commanders.
No way. Heineke Nation, y'all.
Colts.
Yeah.
And then a little weird, Seahawks.
Why?
Oh, wow.
Right. I think it looks like a lot of guys are older and unrestricted free agents.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
They take into effect how many guys you have to re-sign.
There is no fucking way the Bears end up better than the Seahawks.
They are there. Yeah. The Bears are they're close.
A little bit above. Wow.
My favorite is the Patriots in the bottom 10.
Love it. Hot. Hey, they have an offensive coordinator now.
Yep.
They have one of those. They got one.
He's been so successful in the NFL too.
Oh, so. Bill O'Brien. Okay. Man. Let's talk about the ancillary topics of the Super Bowl now that we've kind of gone over that stuff. Commercials. You got any commercials you loved, or was everything just kind of
No, I like the Clueless one.
Oh yeah, Clueless. Throwback to our other podcast.
Right. Yeah, right.
Enjoyed that.
We're talking.
That was
Dorito
good.
Breaking Bad?
No, that seems weird to me.
No. I hate every
super
Dorito.
Weird comparing Doritos to crystal meth. Like that's an okay thing.
Right.
Like I'm pro drug, but even I'm like, I don't know about this meth.
Maybe stay away from that. I'm pro drug, but
Hold
even
on.
Let
me try it.
Too far.
Let me try it. Oh, Cool Ranch. Okay.
Oh yeah,
cool Ranch meth.
Right. Cleared up my sinuses. So.
I mean, Breaking Bad was a very mature television show.
Yeah.
To see them turn it into a joke about Doritos is bizarre to me.
Okay. Any you liked?
No.
At all? No?
Clueless.
What about the Rockstar thing?
I don't think I'm the right guy to ask.
The Rockstar?
What Rockstar thing?
I don't remember.
Where it was a bunch of rock stars saying, don't say.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what the commercial was even for.
Where Ozzy was.
Kiss was there.
Yeah.
Kiss was in there.
That made me sad.
Yeah.
It made you sad? Why?
Most commercials make me sad.
Kiss.
Kiss.
Okay.
Ozzy. It's because Ozzy retired this year and
he can't tour. He's literally a mess.
He looks like Tom Brady.
He looks like Tom Brady.
He was about to introduce me a semi-ironic, slightly spooky tale.
He looks like Tom Brady. Oh God. He did kind of
semi-ironic spooky tale.
Oh God. What about the halftime show? I didn't get to watch it. I skipped Rihanna. Nothing against Rihanna, but it was
fine.
Doing shit.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yep.
It was a little bland.
Yeah.
They had the iPhones and the iPhones went up and the iPhones went down and the iPhones went back up again and then Rihanna was done.
Right.
Okay.
She was fine. I guess she wasn't singing most of it though, from what I read.
Oh God, there's no way.
They never do.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
She didn't sing my favorite Rihanna song, so fuck her. 0 out of 10.
What is your favorite Rihanna song?
Upon the Replay. It is like 1, her OG song. 2, it is such a fucking banger that no one ever talks about. I'm sorry. 0 out of 10.
There are still people who got offended because it's what we got to do with every halftime show.
Who was offended?
She was suggestive, Ryan. How dare you?
Point,
there were children watching
her vagina.
Yeah. Which
So,
whatever.
Okay,
that's a
whatever,
little
you know.
peculiar for Super Bowl half.
Vaginas are a thing, you know?
Right. And sometimes you gotta
but
check
like
freshness.
Why not?
Usually, I thought that's something you did alone, but
Yeah.
apparently,
Okay. She's pregnant too. That was fun.
that
Yes.
is fun. Good on
Performing
her.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Not
absolutely.
for being pregnant, for putting
Right.
on a show like that while pregnant.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I have a little too much curry and my night's ruined.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I have some great Thai food, and I can't.
Yeah, I'm not.
When I order Thai food, I say to my wife, "What are we doing the next day?"
Yeah.
Nothing. Great,
Good.
because I ain't leaving this fucking house.
I'm definitely not
like
gyrating on an iPhone. That's for sure.
this. Oh god, I'm on those like planks. I go hot. You know. That's
I'm
what I
still
like to do.
waiting. I called it this season, but it didn't happen. Apparently, though, the original halftime show was Taylor Swift because my idea was they were going to pick the whitest whitest group performer possible after the previous one, where it was a lot of like West Coast rap.
Which was
And
the greatest.
I want to point out I was right but she turned him down. But that was the original idea.
She turned him down. Taylor's too busy.
Yeah,
Tay Tay, she's too busy.
I like
All right.
Rihanna. I liked seeing
Yeah, I
her.
do too.
I have nothing.
was a
I have
boring
nothing
show.
against Rihanna. I think some of her songs are boring as shit. Like any song that repeats the same phrase over and over and over and over again.
and she's the
I
queen
hate-
of that.
Oh,
yeah, I hate that.
There's
I
a
hate that.
lot of famous songs that she has, though. There's a lot of them I forgot.
She has some bangers.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
Like Ponder Replay. Just saying.
shouldn't play that. Oh, 0 out of 10.
You're
Okay. Couple quick things in the rest of the NFL. The other,
Mhm.
the troglodytes in the NFL, the other shit teams. The Raiders doing weird stuff, trying to trade Derek Carr. I love that he fucked with them and said
Yeah.
like,
They
I
brought on
would too.
themselves.
I will not waive my no trade clause because my new team will have to give stuff up to get me.
Right.
So fuck you.
Basic 101 GMing. You
I
don't
love it.
like during the season they said they were moving on from him. You never say that out loud.
Right.
Like you
That's
just killed the ability to trade him.
You know,
What the
this
hell's
guy
wrong
was,
with you?
if they didn't cut him today, he was going to make $40 million. Who is paying this guy $40 million?
So-
Nothing against this guy. He's a decent quarterback. But what are you doing?
He's still in the books for a shit ton, right? Because he still had more years left, right? He's got to
Yeah,
they got to pay him something.
They're gonna have to pay him something, but
I think it's $5 million, $6 million.
That's not that bad.
they got out of quite a bit of
Right.
money. Obviously, I
And-
mean, it makes no business sense to pay Derek Carr that much money
no.
and like try to field the team as well. Like
I have a
I
friend
get it.
at work who's a Jets fan, and he is so torn up because number one, he hates what the Jets have done with their
Yes.
offensive staff this offseason.
Yes.
But he's stuck because he's thinking, do you wait for Aaron Rodgers to get out of his fucking darkness retreat and go to the Jets, or do you get David Carr now? Because you could miss out. Like you
Right.
could miss out on both. In which case you got no other option. So
you can play Mike White.
Mike fucking
We
White.
think David
fucking
Carr
right.
is a good quarterback, right?
Yes.
Derek Carr is he's a what do you call it? Orton line quarterback.
Yeah, he's above the Orton line though. I would
Barely,
put him above the
barely.
Orton line. Yeah, but like
Barely.
I also read that he had never been on a team with a top 15 defense. He's always been on shit teams with have no defense, and he's always thrown right back on the field. I'd be curious to see what he does on a good. I mean, granted, who signs him probably won't have
Goodish.
a great defense, but
They're not
yeah.
gonna, and also he's not playing with Devontae Adams. Like from all reports, Devontae Adams isn't leaving, so he's not. He's
if he
not
goes
gonna
to
have
the
that
Jets,
guy.
though, he's going to have good weapons there.
Love Garrett
I'm just
Wilson.
saying, yeah, and Brees Hall is going to come back from that
He'll be
injury.
back. A
There's
running game, a defense.
Right.
We'll see what he does
Right.
with that, but I don't think he's going to be a Jet.
I don't think he will either.
Yeah.
I think they are really married to Aaron Rodgers.
They're going to try to get Rodgers. It's not going to work out. They're going to get stuck with somebody.
Jimmy G.
I don't think so. Now the
No?
report is Jimmy G is going to be a Raider. That's their
God.
plan.
No.
Which can you like? You're trading Derek Carr for another a more
Right,
handsome Derek
I would say
Carr.
a lesser Derek Carr. Yeah,
a sexier Derek Carr.
he is dreamy.
Derek
very
Carr has
dreamy.
decent career stats.
Mm-hmm.
He's not bad.
65% completion ratio, 7% yard per
Yeah.
average.
How old is he, by the way?
He is
Played 9 years in the league. I think.
31.
All right, so he's just
But,
entered.
well,
that's his.
He's turning 32 in like
It doesn't matter.
5
Like
years.
that's
Still
still your
fine.
prime in
Still
the
fine.
NFL if you're a quarterback. Like that
217
early 30s.
touchdowns to 99 interceptions, so a
fine.
roughly
Not bad.
2.5 to 1%
He's
ratio.
not bad.
Not
He's
great,
not bad.
but yeah, 4-time Pro Bowler. I think David Carr is good. I think he just
we can't get his name right, but we think he's
Derek.
good.
I think Derek Carr's good. Sorry, Jesus. Who's David Carr?
That's his brother. First overall pick of the Texans.
All three of us, I think, messed his name up in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't think going to the Jets is going to do any favors.
No, I
think if you put Derek Carr with like if you put him on the Bengals or something, I think he could be successful. But
sure,
I mean, the Jets have talent, but their front office is a fucking shit show.
Yeah, well, can we talk about what they've done?
Well, they hired
Look what you've done.
They hired our guy, so that's step number one.
To run their offense, because that's a good call.
God.
And then they hired Greg's guy to be their passing game coordinator.
Then they hired Greg's guy. Why do you need, if you're an offensive coordinator, why do you need a passing game coordinator? What do you need that for?
I guess the theory is like you can break down practices, right?
Just get an assistant then. Like what?
It's a little weird.
Maybe that was part of the contract.
Yeah.
I like how this team has you're
the quarterback's coach, but he wanted a better title.
Okay.
I had that happen once. I walked into work and I was like, I need a title. And my boss was like, well, what do you want to be called? I said, convention coordinator. He's like, yeah, all right, that's your title now.
Yeah, I get that. Because I've Googled in the past when getting titles, I've Googled who gets the most money at this job with these titles, and then I asked for that title.
There you go.
Smart move.
Yeah,
smart move. But this team was not that close. They're not a quarterback away from winning the AFC, are they?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, maybe
I can see them competing in the AFC East. With the right quarterback. I mean, unless if you don't have a quarterback, you don't got shit, and it's not happening.
I agree.
But they have to have something there. So
the timeline doesn't match up with Carr and the rest of them.
Right,
it's a young team, and Carr's
Jets
old.
are 3 to 5 years out from being good.
Yeah,
assuming all the dominoes fall in the right place.
Let's say you bring in Carr. He's how old is he now?
Right, 32.
Yeah.
How old was Drew Brees when he went to New Orleans?
Younger.
Definitely younger.
27?
Yeah, that's about right.
Because it always had
when his first
face.
contract was up. Yeah.
So
about 27.
Drew Brees.
All right, let's talk about the coaching search has ended for the Cardinals and the Colts. The Colts hired a coach during the Super Bowl pregame show, which is ridiculous. They couldn't have waited 2 days to make news. They hired the Colts hired the offensive coordinator.
Yes, they hired the offensive coordinator. Yep,
and then the Cardinals a day later hired the defensive coordinator of the Eagles.
What's really good is when you sign
either of these hires.
I would say what's really good is when you sign your head coach after only 1 year of good play. That always works.
Jeff Saturday, he's going back to ESPN.
Good for him.
After all this bullshit, he goes back to ESPN.
I heard the Chiefs coordinator, Bieniemy. I heard he's actually looking for other coordinator jobs. He's kind of tired of sticking in Kansas City.
Well, he got in a fight with Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
During the one game, so maybe that has something to do with it, or maybe he's not getting enough credit.
I think so.
With Andy Reid as his superior, so he has to leave.
Because also Andy Reid calls the plays. Bieniemy doesn't call the plays. He organizes the offense, but he doesn't call the plays. I think he wants to go to a place, and I think that's always been a knock on him. I mean, I think there's also another reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Old white rich jackasses. But I think not being able to call your own plays is a detriment. If you can go in someplace else and do it and have a great offense, I think you can definitely get a head coaching job. I don't think they can deny you. Maybe they can.
Yeah, maybe.
I do want. I didn't say this when we were recapping it. Just go back to the actual Super Bowl itself.
Oh yeah,
I was thoroughly impressed by the Chiefs' ability to change their offensive game plan and make the Eagles look fucking stupid.
Yeah. They scored 2 touchdowns in the exact same play, just reversed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it was just impressive. Wide open. All of a sudden, everybody was wide open. It was almost as if there was nobody else on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the Chiefs,
crazy.
I think did a great job too. The Eagles clearly were going to cover Kelce. Didn't work on the first one. But they, after that first touchdown, they did actually a pretty decent job of negating him,
Yeah,
but they left everybody else open. Like,
like I said this during the Bengals game, I don't think they use Pacheco enough. And I was writing that as a note during the game. Like, they're not, like, Pacheco is doing well. Why are they not using him? And then they started to use him more and more as the game went on. And he was great in the second half. He's really good. And he was a 7th round pick.
You can get a running back anywhere. Don't fucking take a running back. Number one rule: don't take a running back in the first.
Here, this guy's good. He's in the top 15 of running backs probably in the NFL, and he was picked in the 7th round.
It's so much more like the system you land in than the player these days.
Yeah.
So.
Right. All right. Colts, Cardinals both have coaches not looking good.
No.
All right, time for segments.
Cardinals to me might be the worst team in the league next year.
Oh, well, they're going to be bad because they're going to have to play Colt McCoy or something all year.
Right.
Like, Kyler's not coming back.
No.
Till November, December, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I love Colt McCoy.
He's made a career.
Yeah, there's just something about him. I like every time he shows up. I'm like, oh yeah,
this guy.
I'm into this.
Hey guys, Colt, you're with the Cardinals now. Well, good for you. All right. You never quite know what team he's on.
I think it's funny that I saw a post from the Chiefs. Chad Henne retired.
I saw that.
He retired on top.
He's like, all right, I'm done.
With a Bud Light. Yeah.
He retired on top, baby.
Good for him.
Oh, man. He did not play in the game. That was one of the prop bets that I thought would happen. Didn't happen. Yeah. Sad Boy Boat. 4 people go on the Super Bowl Sad Boy Boat.
Yeah.
The USS Brady. Who goes on the Sad Boy Boat?
Super Bowl Sad Boys.
Yeah.
Number 1 might be our guy, Nick Sirianni, crying during the game. Crying in the
yeah.
He was legit crying. So
it really was.
Maybe he belongs on the Sad Boy Boat.
Yeah. Well, you got to put him on. He was definitely sad.
He's on. He was crying.
That's an emotional moment.
I won't make fun of him. I'm not making fun of him for doing.
I mean, I'll make fun of anybody who cries at the national anthem. But you know what? It could have just been more than that.
Like, no, it was more than that.
Here I am at the Super Bowl. Right.
I read about it. He was like vision boarding himself like in that moment for years and years and years, and finally it finally happened. So I totally get it, but he cried, so he has to be on the set.
Right.
He also lost. So.
Bradbury's got to be on there. That poor dude. Brad. Like he actually, like once again, I felt bad for him because he owned up to it immediately and just said like, yeah, I grabbed him. It was just dejected.
Brad boy.
So I think that's 2.
Yeah,
Brad
Jalen
boy.
Hurts in his fumble.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah. What about Jason Kelce? He lost the approval of his parents.
But... Right. He lost the approval of his mom, and Damar Hamlin were hanging out together.
Damar
and Kelce's mom.
Damar and
it's so
Kelce's
funny
mom.
because like you can see like the corporate mindset.
Yeah, right.
It's like we don't want to have to find 2 people, so let's just put them together and then we'll practice finding that one spot.
Yeah.
Was that Goodell too?
It was.
Goodell.
Yeah.
What's her face? And
Goodell,
Kelce's
mom, and Damar.
Yeah, that was
Damar
like
Hamlin.
it's like we're gonna cut to them all throughout the game.
Yeah.
So let's just
put them all together.
One spot,
mm-hmm.
So then we don't have to worry about finding them.
Right.
Right.
It makes sense. All right.
How weird is this for Damar Hamlin?
What the hell?
Dude just obviously got hit. Did not have memory until he woke up in the hospital bed. Now he's like hanging out with
megastar.
He's megastar Damar.
It's like the fucking super team, Avengers super team of Elon, Damar, Roger, and Mrs. Kelce.
When they showed that pairing, it was like
right.
The head of Fox. What's his fucking name? That
Rupert
asshole.
Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch. And Elon.
One of them was trying to figure out a hot dog, which I thought was really funny.
How are you? Poor food? What are you
screaming at it?
Poor food. Why don't you work? Right. Did we put
my caviar's broken? Broken.
Elon's the 4th guy because he couldn't figure out how a hot dog works. I don't know. Did we? I don't know.
Girlfriend had to lean over and show him.
All right, bro. I don't even know if we put 4 people on. Broadcasting moments of the week. 3 people really, really rough Super Bowls. I don't know if you have any more to add. Sean Payton, rough Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Why was he even there? Don't you have shit to do?
Yeah, right.
What are you doing?
You got a lot of work to do, Sean.
You have a lot of work to do. What are you doing? You're there with fucking Gronk in the tunnel before the game talking about weird shit again. What is going on? Terry Bradshaw, you're on the list of weird.
Honestly, I felt bad for Terry. Like there's something wrong with Terry. Like,
why are they putting Terry on the fucking podium?
That whole Fox broadcast team is so fucking old and so out of touch with everything that's going on in the NFL these days.
What was that? Why did they put him? They could have put Strahan up there. They could have put anybody else up there.
Oh, yeah, when he told Andy Reid to waddle on over.
Yeah,
waddle on over here.
Get fucked. I would just
waddle on over. This guy just won the Super Bowl. He's actually lost weight. He told him to waddle over here. Rough, man. Rough stuff. I guess it was like a pity thing. Like, let's just put Terry out there because it's probably his last one. Man. Boy, oh boy, was that rough.
Yeah.
He needs to stop. Like, it's got to, like, it's getting sad now.
You got to get rid of him. Not Jerry.
Jimmy.
Fucking Jimmy has to go too.
Right.
It was rough. The guy can't even talk.
Or I'm saying, his voice is, he just can't do it anymore.
Mess.
Right. Yeah.
Can't speak.
Right.
Get him out of there. All right. Other one. Berman. Love Berman. Rough. He had some rough moments in the ESPN.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
He hasn't been particularly relevant to me in nearly a decade.
Berman. I will never not love Berman, but man alive, you can't give him like racial topics to talk about. Don't do it. What are you doing? He's like 2 black quarterbacks. Oh boy. Like, no.
Oh boy.
He's gonna say something. He's gonna say something. He was real weird. He was weird. He was weird. He's old. Like, he's so old. How can he do all that? Like, I enjoyed seeing him, Mahomes, like, hug him and be like, yes, I'm winning the Super Bowl. I'm talking to Chris Berman. This is great. Other than that, it was awkward.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm different than a lot of people when it comes to this type of stuff, but like, I don't like seeing the people I idolized get old.
No, absolutely. I think I'm totally on board.
I see Steve Levy and he's like totally gray now and it bums me out. I see Scott Van Pelt and it looks like, I mean, he's got like liver spots all over his bald ass head and it weirds me out.
Yeah.
I want to see fresh people. Like, I have no compulsion to just continue seeing the people I loved rot and die.
Jesus. Oh God. I mean, we're pretty old too.
New blood.
Yeah.
And that's what I love seeing. Like, who cares about what you think of Greg Olsen? But like, I like seeing Greg Olsen because he's new. He's still somebody I know.
Right.
You know, like,
he's good. He's good at that job.
I think he's good.
I think he is
people
too.
Disagree, but most people are stupid.
He's good at that job.
Considering he's done it for what, 2 years? I think he's tremendous.
He's very good. He's very good at that job.
I'm excited to see new people.
Yeah.
Tuning in and seeing Al Michaels and Collinsworth, just even like I was even excited to see Herb Street this year a little bit.
Yeah, right.
And he's no spring chicken.
Al and Herb Street.
Yeah.
Al, I mean, it's kind of going to the Terry Bradshaw thing. He slipped real bad this year, and it's sad. I don't want to.
He's kind of bored. Like,
right. Even when he wasn't, though, he was getting names wrong, and it's
it's weird to see Al. Al was always on point. Like, that wasn't his problem.
Yep.
All right,
good news, Greg. I mean, in 2 years, you're going to get a new guy in the Fox booth who can really, excite you.
Brady, baby. 80 for Brady. 2 other things on broadcasting moments. I know we've taken a lot of time on this. One of them was Kyle Brand, who I always enjoy on Good Morning Football, doing the Mr. Perfect bit with Kirk Cousins, of all people, which is great.
He does like his wrestling, so that's
the
fun.
Mr. Perfect bit where Mr. Perfect throws like 100-yard pass. Amazing. And then finally, Juju Smith-Schuster's Valentine's Day troll job on Bradbury. Hold me tight, Bradbury, with his picture.
It's funny.
The Eagles were not happy.
Yeah, well, they play better.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
you should win a Super Bowl.
I got a real simple solution.
Yeah, right.
Win.
Yeah.
Win the fucking game.
Right.
All right. Speaking of winning, Greg's bets. You got any bets for us? You did. Let's point this out. I don't think you bet these, but you got the Gatorade bath correct. Purple Gatorade. You got it correct.
Whoa.
Yep. Purple Gatorade. I think you nailed the national anthem time.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I'm
Sure.
not surprised
And
at that.
there was one more. First touchdown, Jalen Hurts. That was
Yeah,
also
hey,
you had
that's-
3 prop bet wins.
That's about to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
So the big one, obviously, I picked the Eagles. The Eagles did not win.
Sure.
Yeah,
we got that way wrong.
got that way wrong. Well, not way wrong. We just weren't correct. I should have.
We thought they were going to blow them out, though. That's pretty wrong.
I'm sorry. Let me log into the app.
All right, log in.
I should have seen this coming.
We predicted an Eagle blowout.
I predicted an Eagle blowout. I thought that was easy money.
That's
for sure. Well, DraftKings, come on, bud.
Fucking DraftKings.
Come on, buddy. You're doing good.
All right, I
Sponsors.
can remember it. The other bet I lost, I put 4 bets. The other bet I lost was Eagles win. This is Eagles win. AJ Brown over 70 yards, which I hit.
Yeah.
And then the Philadelphia Eagles 3+ sacks. Wasn't even close.
0.
Yeah, 0.
Now for my winnings.
Okay.
On my $5 bet, I won $28 on Jalen Hurts first quarter touchdown.
Nice. Very nice. I'm glad you bet that.
Yep. And then on my $5 bet, I won $148 on
what?
Jalen Hurts first touchdown, Travis Kelce second touchdown.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
That
was a good one. That was a good
That's
one.
a big win.
It was a big win. I mean, come on. That's like a nothing bet to make legit money.
Right.
That's great.
And then, I mean, it's also, I got super lucky because it looked like it wasn't Jalen Hurts. It looked like it was what's his face.
The other guy.
Called back.
Call that shit back, baby.
Call that shit back. Devontae Smith. I think that was another one you got right in our prop bets.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith over 69 yards.
I'm not gonna lie. That was there was certainly luck there, but I thought that was relatively informed. Like it made a lot of sense to me that Jalen Hurts would score the first touchdown.
No, I think that was a great call.
Some luck.
Yep.
But I also legitimately thought right away Kansas City would come back, and Travis Kelce's the only threat they have.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So it was still an unbelievable long shot, but
Smart.
of all the long shots I saw, like I bet that for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Big win.
You nailed it, man.
So yeah.
Nice win.
And then after that, like the Eagles started playing Kelce, and he basically got erased from the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you picked it at the exact right time.
If he's ever going to score, it's going to be the first possession.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Any other bets? Are we good?
That's all I got. Yeah.
Wow. Last Greg's bets of the season.
It was a big win. Yeah. So in the end, I'm for the year I was
great.
$420,
pretty good.
$400.
Awesome, man.
Not too bad considering.
Great.
I've seen some things recently about sports betting.
Okay.
And I do legitimately think that it can be a slippery slope. So my only
that's why I don't bet. I would just get so excited about
I
it.
started with $100 in the pot.
I think that's good.
If I ever reached 0, I was going to stop.
Yeah.
And I was disciplined. I mean, other than a couple like ambient bets where I somehow always
which are my favorite.
Right. Yeah.
Ambient bet. Ambient bet.
I kept it. It was $25 a week, $5 bets.
Love it.
And it just, I got lucky for sure.
You gotta have rules in this in the game. You gotta have rules.
But you always had reasoning behind every bet you made. Like I thought that was like
except for the ambient bets.
You weren't
and
just,
every time I didn't, I got punished. And I learned that lesson real early.
Right. Who was the one team you kept betting on and always would fuck you? Who was that team?
Jaguars, I think.
Yes,
right? Because either they would blow them out or
yeah.
I should have. I know this is our last episode, and I'm sorry I had a hell of a week. I should have gone through them and come up with some stats, but
that's fine.
All in all, I wound up big for the year, so we'll see.
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, are we ready for football? Football, the last one of season one of this show.
Yeah, last.
Is it
one.
a Super Bowl football FUBAR?
It is a Super Bowl. So I've been thinking about this guy.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Give me the background, and then I'll guess.
I was thinking about this guy for a while. Around week 4, I said, like, oh man, he's so fucking stupid. Like he definitely deserves to be in there. But I'm like, you know what? Let's save it. Let's save it for after the Super Bowl, because this man, one of his 2 fuck ups occurred during the Super Bowl. So Leon Lett, come on down, because you are getting into. Now, who did you think it was?
Okay, I didn't think Leon Lett.
Who did you think it was?
I thought about our guy Eugene Robinson, who was arrested the night before the Super Bowl in 1998 or 99, I guess 98.
There's always next season. There's always
Eugene
next
Robinson.
Season. I am not low on people to induct. Prostitution.
Yeah, prostitution.
Yeah, right. Not he wasn't prostituting himself.
No, it was an undercover cop pretending to be a
the night before the Super Bowl.
Amazing.
So, like I said, Leon Lett, it's not uncommon for a football FUBAR inductee to have one stupid play that they're forever known for. But how about 2 for Leon? So,
he's got 2
some
big
background
ones
on Mr. Lett. Drafted in 1991 by the Dallas Cowboys in the 7th round. It was considered a huge steal and won 3 Super Bowls, made 2 Pro Bowls. Hard to argue he wasn't a steal.
He was a good player.
He was part of the 90s Dallas Cowboys, which includes Nate Newton, inductee into football FUBAR.
Got one.
Jimmy Johnson, inductee into football FUBAR, sort of, I guess, because of that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Lett wasn't a violent guy like Nate Newton was. Like Nate Newton was a psycho. Leon Lett wasn't. He was just, as Ryback would say, dumb as fuck. Got it one more time. So, he also loved cocaine, by the way.
Similar to Ryback.
Yeah, similar to Ryback, right. Allegedly. So Lett was actually suspended, by the way. He loved cocaine so much. He was suspended a full 16-game season, a stretch from 1993 to 1994. Now, think about that, by the way. How much cocaine...
They didn't do that.
Right. Did you have in 1993 for Paul Tagliabue to suspend you for a year? It's a shit ton of cocaine. But anyway, his nose candy doesn't even get him into football FUBAR. It's the 2 plays. So the first and probably most famous came during Super Bowl 27, when the evil, child molesting, kitten eating, tax cheating Dallas Cowboys were putting a beating on the righteous and well-groomed Buffalo Bills. So they were leading the Bills 52-17 at this point.
Oh, yeah, that was a rough one.
Lett recovered a Jim Kelly fumble at the Dallas 35 and was headed toward the end zone and began showboating like his buddy Deion Sanders. He did not notice Don Beebe, who, by the way, ain't no way that man wouldn't be a Patriot in this day and age. White receiver, played lacrosse. Belichick would have been all over him.
He's in.
Yep. Don Beebe hauled ass, got him at the end zone, knocked the ball loose. Ball rolled through the end zone. It was a touchback instead of a touchdown. Now, did it have any impact on the game? No. But did it make Leon look like a showboating idiot?
Yes.
Because he was totally unaware of what was going on. So that one didn't cost him the game. His second fuck up did. So on a 1993 Thanksgiving game against the Miami Dolphins, apparently Lett can't handle AFC East teams. It basically caused his football brain to blue screen. Okay. The Cowboys were leading the Dolphins 14-13 with 15 seconds left in the game. Dolphins brought out their kicker for the game-winning field goal. Lett's teammate, Jimmy Jones, interesting, blocked the field goal, and the Cowboys starting to celebrate, knowing they had won the game. Everyone was celebrating except Leon. Leon saw the ball harmlessly fall to the turf a few feet behind the Dolphins kicker, and for some strange reason, which even he can't admit to this day why he did it, he jumped on it, and the ball squirted forward. In the resulting chase for possessions, the Dolphins recovered in the end zone, but due to muff kick rules, the ball was then awarded to the Dolphins at the 1-yard line. So I'm going to let Wikipedia explain this.
Ball couldn't be advanced, right?
Had Lett simply done nothing, which... a reminder to you both, doing nothing is better than doing anything. I'm just saying. That's
yes,
in
right.
life,
Learn from Leon.
Right. The Cowboys would have automatically received possession as the play would have just been whistled dead. Had nobody done anything, right? And the team would have received possession at the line of scrimmage. Since Lett went for the ball and touched it, by rule, the play was now considered a muffed kick, and the Dolphins were given possession at the 1-yard line after they recovered it in the end zone. 3 seconds left on the clock. Dolphins score a field goal. And it's over because of Leon Lett.
He cost them a Thanksgiving game, which Jerry wasn't happy about.
Oh, yeah. So
he was not happy about that.
2 fuck ups but on the bright side,
what was first? The Leon Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. Yeah, the Super Bowl. And then the following year, it was the Thanksgiving game.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So 2 fuck ups, but on the plus side, 1 football FUBAR induction. So Leon Lett, congratulations. You are the last inductee to football FUBAR, at least season 1.
Season 1, you're out of there. All right. Before we get out of here, you got any Super Bowl game balls? You want to give out a Super Bowl game ball to anybody out there?
The iPhone.
Yeah, that was nice.
Rihanna
for delivering so many Rihanna hits to me,
right?
Both at a high and a low, and then back up at a high again.
Okay.
Thank you, the iPhone.
Still a 0 out of 10 though.
Best commercial. Right. Well, yeah. I mean, 10 out of 10 for the iPhone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
0 out of 10 for Rihanna's song choice and performance.
I like it.
And also the Super Bowl in general because no pond to replay.
Yeah. How dare they?
How dare you? Mark, you have a game ball?
Andy Reid for working through the clock management. Like, wow. I mean, that he must have fought so many demons not to fuck that up. Like, he just, it's in his DNA to do something stupid, and he didn't. So congrats.
Oh boy. Tough one here. Game ball to Steve Spagnuolo. Nice job holding these guys to on defense, holding this Eagles team just enough to make this happen. Just enough.
Yep.
Just pulled enough strings.
Maybe the NFC was just that much shit. I saw that graphic you threw up on Twitter. And I didn't. Right. I thought it was not. I thought it was meaner than it needed to be.
It was mean. It was definitely mean.
Like, I didn't think they were making 100% good points.
It was definitely mean. That's why I posted
points. Mm-hmm. The NFC is awful.
The season recap of the Philadelphia Frauds. You want me to go over this?
Yeah,
do we want to go over this whole thing?
Just quickly.
All right. Beat the Lions by 3.
No, Lions were good.
Yeah, right.
You never knew what Lions team was
going to sell. Beat Kirk Cousins in primetime. Beat Carson
zone. You can't escape it. It's like a black hole.
But not at 1 o'clock.
Right, not at 1 o'clock.
Beat Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz could play good as long as it didn't matter.
Beat Trevor Lawrence before he remembered how to play quarterback.
Come on. No, Trevor Lawrence had a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the Cardinals without Hopkins or a kicker.
No, they were doing. Cardinals were looking good at that point. The first half of the season. First half, Kingsbury. Come on.
Beat Cooper Rush. They beat Cooper Rush.
No.
Cowboy quarterback.
Matthew Stafford. Oh, Cooper Rush. Not Cooper Cup.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush was quality. Nope. Invalid point.
Beat a bottom 3 team at the time, the Steelers.
Yeah. Wasn't that the onset of baby hands?
Yeah, was baby. He had like 3 games under his belt at that point.
Invalid point.
Struggled to beat the 3-13-1 Texans.
Okay, well that was legit. There you go. That's
lost to Taylor Heineke at home.
Heineke Nation,
right?
Come on,
can't stop him.
Can't stop him. The only thing that could stop him is close-minded motherfuckers.
is stupid Ron Rivera who benched him.
Didn't even know he was in playoff contention.
Yeah, right. Beat the 4-12-1 Colts by 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah, that was tough. The Colts had talent. Every now and then they could whip it out. Wasn't that Jeff Saturday's big debut?
Was he in there for that? No.
Let's remember the Colts beat the Chiefs this year.
Sure. Yeah. Beat the Packers by 1 score, even though Aaron Rodgers left the game due to injury.
Catman told them,
beat the Titans in the middle of a 7-game losing streak.
Pass.
Beat Daniel Jones.
Yeah, okay. They both put their shit together.
Mm-hmm. Barely beat literally the worst team in the NFL, the Bears.
Okay, that valid point. Dig. Successful dig.
Lost to Dak Prescott, who dropped 40 on them.
Dak Prescott that game didn't matter.
Right?
You know that.
He's perfect at those games.
Lost by double digits to Andy Dalton.
Oh, all right. Well, sometimes you just,
okay. To be fair, both of those games were Gardner Minshew games, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to put that in there, beat the Giants practice squad by 1 score. Daywall said he said everybody beat Daniel Jones after he used up all his Daniel Jones power in the wild card.
No, doesn't count.
And beat the 49ers QB4 and Brock Purdy with an elbow ligament missing.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
their defense still played.
Yeah, and then finally choked a 10-point fourth quarter lead in the Super Bowl. That's what this says.
Pat Mahomes is a god.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
He's good, man. You know who nailed the score?
There was only like 3 quality digs on that.
There's good digs. I like the digs. You know who nailed everything about this? Nate Burleson. This guy's great. I like Nate. He's on the Nickelodeon Slime Time show or whatever that is. He's on CBS. He calls games. Predicted the score and the Chiefs winning.
Wow.
Pretty tough to do. Pretty impressive. All right, we're done. Season long, we're done. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
on the journey.
But we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Let's do. I think we're talking about post free agency, maybe a couple weeks after free agency's going.
Yeah, we'll be back in March.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
When Aaron Rodgers emerges from his
is that what we're gonna do? We're going to a darkness.
Right. We're all gonna go to our dark.
We're all
place
gonna go to our dark place.
Talk to your hat men.
Yeah.
Everyone's
got
a
lot of Linkin Park.
Right.
Quietly though, in the dark place.
Quietly.
Quiet Linkin Park.
Quiet Linkin Park. That's a band name.
Quiet Linkin Park.
Somebody would do that. All right. We have to go. We could do this forever. We're gonna go. We'll see you, for the next season. We'll be back.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun.
We'll surprise you when we show up.
Yes, we'll surprise you again. We'll do some off-season stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep track of us and continue following us, you can follow us at the TJF Podcast, which never stops.
Right.
TJF Podcast. We'll be back with the karate episode very soon. Working on that right now. We'll see you in maybe like a week or two.
Yep.
So check us out over there. We do that monthly. So if you get the withdrawals on us,
right.
you get addicted to those the meth that we bring every week. You can just find us on the TJF
Crunched up Doritos right into our veins.
If you need a robot bird to keep track of you, there it is. All right, we're out of here. Thanks for joining us this season. We will be back. Peace out.
Bye.
Hold on. There it is.
Got it.